Okay. All right, so welcome to day 5, folks. Today we're going to talk about the different trading platforms. Specifically today, we're going to focus on the setup of MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, depending on which platform you would like to use. If you want to do this in the process of us going through this training, okay, you can go to if you have an Apple or an Apple phone, you can go to your App Store, download MetaTrader 4 through MetaQuotes. Or if you have an Android, you can go to your Google Play Store and download MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. It's all up to you which one you would like to download. And if you're on your desktop, now if you have a PC, you can just Google MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. You should be able to find a download link. If not, you're going to go to xm.com, go to platforms, and then you'll be able to download it from there. But I'm going to talk about that in this training right here. But I just want to give you kind of an advance if you want to do that while we're talking about what it is. So what you're looking at right now, this picture on the front, this is the desktop platform of showing your charts. So if you don't know what the charts look like, remember we talked about technical analysis last week. We talked about fundamentals. Okay, this is what your desktop looks like. Okay, MetaQuote software. So we're going to go over this, how to pull up each of your charts. Okay, and it's not complicated. Once I show you a couple times, you'll know how to do it. But I want you to see this. Okay, in MetaQuotes, okay, you're allowed to attach an algo trader or some type of auto trader to your chart. Okay, so when you click this button on and off, guess what? It's gonna auto trade for you. Okay, a lot of people don't know a lot of this stuff, and so the more that I study in this place, and the more things that I learn, like I love sharing. So just know, yes, you may not be skilled at trading, and you may not ever be that skilled at trading, but if you can understand the basics of how things work, and then you find a good algo, it means algorithmic trading, or you may hear somebody call them expert advisors. That's where you're going to load them to. Okay, you can get this kind of trade for you. And this is some things that we're working on, not only in the foreign exchange market, but we're working on in the futures market as well too. So what is MetaTrader 4? MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 are just popular trading platforms developed by MetaQuote software for Forex and contract for different CFD trading. Okay, and so this basically just shows you an overview of what it really looks like here. And so when it comes to just downloading, it's simple. What I just told you earlier, go to your Apple Store, go to your Google Play Store, or you can go to xm.com to download it for your desktop. Okay, and just download whatever your platform you have. If you have a PC, download MetaTrader 4 for PC. If you have an Apple, download MetaTrader 4 for your Apple or your Apple OS a product. Okay, so whether you install MT4 or MT5, it doesn't matter. MT5 is the newer version of MT4, but MT4, if you were using it, most people got used to using the older version. Okay, and so what you're going to do, you can create a demo account too. We're going to do all this. I'm just going to walk you through it, but we're going to actually do all this in real time after I finish this slideshow here. So once again, you're going to open up your MT4, MT5 platform. You're going to locate and launch the MT4, MT5 platform, your device. Okay, you're going to click and open. Okay, click the file. This is, listen, I want to just show you this. Okay, but look, click file, open account, select demo account, enter your info. We're going to show you how to create a demo account right from your device here so you can take trades and you just practice. Okay, adjust your settings. So you'll adjust your leverage, meaning if you want a 1 to 50 leverage, that means for every dollar that you are trading, it's like trading $50. Okay, so if you put $100 in the account and you have a 1 to 50 leverage, it means that instead of trading, let's say if you put $50, that's like you're trading $500. Okay, if you put $500, it's like you're trading $50,000 and so forth. If that's what a give me 1 second, y'all. You just muted. There we go. So if it's a 1 to 1, so just know you have 1 to 50, 1 to 100, 1 to 200. So you just times it, whatever you deposit, okay, you times it times whatever that leverage is. So if you deposit, let's say $1,000, okay, and you have a 1 to 200 leverage, it's like trading $200,000. That's why Forex is so popular among people, because of the amount of leverage you have and the way that you can flip accounts. But the same way that you can make money, you can also lose money. This is why it's important to be skilled at this craft and not just go in there because it'd be like gambling and you can lose your money. All right, so you can adjust your margins, which increase or decrease your margin requirements. That means the amount of money you put into an account based on leverage to determine the capital allocated per trade. Okay, keep margin low enough to avoid margin calls. What is a margin call? A margin call is when you have your money in there, right? and you're trading, and that trade goes so deep that it starts really going into what we call your margin. And so for the broker to protect their interest, to make sure they don't really lose money in the market, they will give you a margin call, okay? And a margin call, in traditional MT4, you can't go past the amount of money that you have in your account, okay? In an actual regulated account here in the United States, you have to be careful. So this is why it's important to understand what margins are, because in a US account, they will let you go right past your margin stop, and you will owe money to your broker, and they will get their money from you, okay? So it's very important that you understand each platform that you're using. Okay, you're gonna be able to set trade sizes. So this is the only difference. When we talk about Forex, you can set your lots based on mini, micro, okay, and then your standard lots. What we talked about last week in our last class. If you haven't caught that class, make sure you go catch me on YouTube. Go to my last class so you can learn about lot sizes. So set trade size. So decide the suitable trade size for each instrument based on account size, risk management rules, etc. And then keep your risk per trade around 1 to 2% of account size. Okay. So when you think about that, if you're trading, let's say $1,000 account, well, what's 1% of 1,000? 1% of 1,000 is $10. So your risk per trade is $10. That makes a lot of sense. So what does that mean? That means, okay, if I'm going to go trade something, that means my stop loss, when it gets hit, I lose no more than $10. So I'm going to have to set my lot sizes, which we had that class last week, based on me being able to afford to lose $10. Now we know the price per pip. Let's say that I need the breathing room of 10 pips. Okay. Well, that means it must be $1 per pip. So that would be 0.10 lot size, a micro, okay, which would equal $1 per pip. So that would be 10 pips stop loss, okay? Or let's say I need more. Let's say I need 20 pips for my stop loss. Well, then I'm gonna lower my risk. I'm gonna lower my what I'm risking, my lot size, from 0.10 to 0.05. Okay, if you're kind of getting the drift, and you're going to learn this more and more and more as we talk, and of course, going through the last class that we did, you'll understand this even more. All right, so you get to customize your setting, modify parameters like your stop losses, take profits, trailing stops, order types, etc., according to your trading plan. Now, we're going to talk about the different order types in our next call that we do as well too. Okay, and we can get more specific. You can also add indicators, whether it's on your phone or whether it's on your computer. So, we talked about indicators last week, where we talked about your RSI, your relative strength indicator. We talked about volume. You can add volume to there. You can add a stochastic. You can add the Ichimoku cloud to your phone or to your chart. So this will tell you, okay, give you some indicators on when you can enter a trade if you're going to use indicators, okay? All right, so you're going to navigate to the Navigate tab, locate the Navigator tab, usually found at the top or side of the platform. Don't worry, we're going to show you all this. Search for the desired indicators and then drag it to your chart. We will go over all that, and show you how to save on your desktop as well too. Okay, we'll go over how to open a trade. So you'll click Trade tab. We'll go over all this. How to select the instrument that you're going to choose. Now in Forex, you can actually trade stocks. You can trade your currency pairs. You can trade indices. Okay, there's a lot you can trade in the foreign exchange market. So you'll select the type of trade, the position you're going to do, which is a buy or sell, the type of instrument. You'll enter the volume, which is enter your lot size, and enter the price you want to trade. Okay, and then of course you get to manage your trades. Okay, you personally look at your phone. Now, don't be that person to enter a bad trade and you got to sleep and look at your phone all day because you didn't set proper stop losses and stuff like that. My suggestion, get used to setting stop losses. And if your stop losses hit, that's okay. You're going to reassess the trade, and either you will re-enter or just not a good trade for that time, okay? So we'll show all this, how to monitor and open your trades, how to modify your trades, and then how to close your trades as well too. When I first started, in this industry, where does this tab go? When I first started in this industry, I remember we were being shown how to use MetaTrader 4. And unfortunately, we had a real account. Okay, let me tell you, this was not probably the best way to learn in trading because it's scary to do this. But we just put $100 into a broker account just to try it out. We were just doing, I was doing a 0.01. Actually, I put $1,000 on the account. I'll take that back. I put $1,000 into an account. And I think I did a point. Back then, I was doing silly stuff, y'all. I didn't know better. I did a standard lot. I did a 1. Luckily, I made money and it went fast. But listen, I've blown accounts too, not doing the right thing. But so I didn't know how to close a trade. And so I remember the first time I watched my trade go into profit. Can you imagine? You're seeing your trade in blue. You're in profit. You're 20% up on your account. but you don't know how to trade it. You don't know how to close it out. That was me. And I remember calling up the person who was trying to say, man, I'm in profit. I don't know how to close it out. And long story short, he just said, hold down the trade. You'll see it pop up, hit the close trade, and boom. So that's how my first trade went. My very first trade trading Forex in a real account, I made $200. Okay. And I'll never forget it because that's what got me. I'm like, wow, if I just learn this skill, okay, there's the potential to make a lot of money doing this. But what I also had to learn too, there's potential to lose a lot of money as well too, if you don't do the right thing. So we'll show you how to check your trading history, how to view your balances and changes. Okay. We'll talk about swap fees. Anytime that your trade goes over a 24-hour period, the broker is going to add swap fees and additional commissions based on you holding your trade. So this is where you're going to determine what type of trader are you. Are you a scalper, meaning you like to go in and out of trades and that's it, which is it can be, it can be fun, but it can also be scary as well too, especially if you get stuck in a trade or you don't set the proper risk management parameters. Or you may be a swing trader. You like to stay in trades over a long period of time, maybe for the week, okay, before you close it out. Or you might be a day trader, meaning you trade from open bell to the close of business, and then you close out all trades no matter what position they're in for that day. Okay, you may run a couple trades and then you close it out and you look at your profit for the day and you're like, I'm up 5% or I'm down 10% or whatever the case may be. All right. But you can download your reports, study your information. What I suggest is every time you take a trade, you write it down. So I would go out and get a logbook. I am working on some things to create tools for new traders. But until then, listen, go out and get a logbook. And so that when you do start trading, even doing a demo account, you're going to track your trades so that you can know what you're doing. All right. And I suggest you use a demo account until you're comfortable with actually trading. You don't just hop into a market with real money. Like, for example, I'm learning futures right now. Okay. They say futures are similar to Forex, and I'm excited about it. So I'm actually in a course right now with our developers and people teaching us about our Forex, our futures platform. And I'm learning. So what I started with a $50,000 demo account to learn about futures. It would be crazy for me to hop in there with real money trying to figure out how to trade futures. I can lose my butt, right? And so you don't want to do that. So let's just go and trade. They give you a free demo account to trade and learn and try out your strategies. All the things that I've taught up to this point, just some basics, right? Okay, when things bounce off support, when things reject off resistance, when you have a supply zone versus a demand zone, okay, big movements. So you can test some of these things that you're learning here in a demo setting without really losing money, okay? All right, so that's what we call back testing strategy. Use historical data in your demo account to back test potential strategies and see how they have performed. Can you imagine you find a way and you break the code where every time you go into a trade, you realize, man, that thing goes up 10 pips every time it does this, or man, that thing dropped by 20 pips every time it does this. So you can find these things, and it requires that you back test. If you're a tech person, you understand exactly what I'm saying. You don't just create a product and then put it out into the market, do you? No, you back test it. You make sure it works. Okay. And so they call it paper trading, but the great thing is we don't have to paper trade today. You actually have electronics that give you a demo account. Okay. And then once you're comfortable in your demo account, you're going to go live. Okay. You're going to open up a line of account, deposit money, or, okay, what we're going to talk about a little bit later, you can actually enter proprietary trading firms that will actually give you leverage. Meaning if you test for an account, they will give you, and you pass it, they will give you a $200,000 funded account to trade. Now, it'll still be for them, it will still be on the B books. They are B book broker. What that means is they're not necessarily the real market, but they're simulating the volume and what the market is doing. So you will be trading like in a B book market, but you get to share the profit with them. So those are proprietary firms. Now you have, depending on what area you are, I know I'm talking to international folks as well too. In the United States, you just got to know that the United States really don't want you trading in these proprietary firms, obviously because they're not necessarily regulated here in the United States. Now, what's regulated in the United States are futures prop firms, okay? So we're going to talk about futures too. I'm going to do a course about futures as well too at some point, or have my guy who's teaching me come talk about futures, okay? So that you guys, for the US market, you learn how to trade in a regulatory market as well too, okay? So you can actually use prop firms that do futures, okay? But so that you know, if you are in the US, you're free to do whatever you want to do. If you decide to use these prop firms, you just got to understand the risk. They may be a risk at one point that they come in and say, hey, we can't take you as clients anymore. So whatever account you have, but once it's gone, it's gone. Okay. Or you may not be able to make withdrawals at some point. So just know what your risk is here in the United States. Now, if you're overseas, okay, whether you're in Dubai or somewhere in Africa or you're in New Zealand or Australia, then you're going to have different regulatory bodies that are a little bit more less stringent when it comes to the financial. So you can use some of these brokers that are actually regulated in those areas, all right? Or proprietary firms that are regulated in those areas. I'll tell you, I like prop firms. It's a good way, even if you start with them, to leverage other people's money, for example, especially if you know the skill set. And let me give you an example. Most of these prop firms, they're going to charge you to take the challenge, right? Their challenge. And most time it's about 0.5% of what they're going to give you. So if you're doing a $200,000 account, I've seen some where they charge what, $750 to $1,000 for you to take the challenge. And when you pass the challenge, okay, you get a 200K account. Now, there are a lot of different, for these brokers, there's actually people who have figured out that you can use bots to pass these challenges as well too. So rather than you take the challenge, you can get a bot to pass it for you, and now you have a 200K challenge that you get to make a withdrawal from. So just know there's a lot of different strategies and things that you can do out there. Just make sure that you know the risk for yourself, you make the decision for yourself, and you just know what's involved with it. Okay. All right, so that's about a live account. Whether you use your real money or use prop firm money, just know that you can actually trade a real account, and all of it can be traded through MT4 as well too. Okay, if you fund your account, okay, start small. Start with $100. Okay, if you're just now testing this thing out, yes, you get from your demo account, you're confident. Okay, start with what you're willing to lose. People typically ask me, what should I deposit? I can't tell you what to deposit, but what I can tell you is deposit what you're willing to lose, and you won't feel anything about it. All right, until you actually learn the skill and you get very proficient at what you're doing, because you're going to have a momentary lapse of judgment. Greed is going to kick in. Okay, no one is safe from it. I'm not even safe from it, and I feel that I'm pretty well versed when it comes to the financial market. But when you get assured of something, or you feel confident about something, what happens? You like to double down on that thing, right? And that's where you go above your risk. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get into the real deal here. Let me go and pull up my screen here, and let's talk about where you can download from. Let me close these out quick. Go. If you're receiving value so far, just drop a 1-1 in the chat. Here we go. Okay. So we talked about this last week. I believe we went over TraderVue. So we're gonna just go talk about let's download our charts first. Hey, everybody remember this last week? My goodness, we're going to come back here and talk about this. Remember, I was talking about the 61 to 78, but we're going to talk about what happened here. Okay, this is a nice movement. You can see we already knew that this was pushing up. We just didn't know when it was going to push up. All right, we're going to talk about this as well. But let's talk about our platforms first. Easy place to download is go to xm.com. Okay, I'm not suggesting this broker. I'm just going here so that we can download our platform from here. They give you a free download. So we're going to go here. You're going to go to platforms, okay? Now, I already have the platform on my computer. For you, you're going to go here. If you have a PC, you're going to download MT4 for PC. If you want to do MT5, that's fine. I'm using MT4, okay? But if you have a PC, download MT4 for PC. If you have a Mac, download MT4 for Mac. The reason I like to come to XM, because if you download this at any other place, you're going to have to get this for Mac, you're going to have to get this wine, they call it wine something, and it's basically putting the PC operating system on your Mac, which you don't have to do. They've already coded it so that you can download it to your Mac. Okay, so go and download these. Okay, I'll let you go ahead and do that. If you're on your phone, here's your phone. You can download it for your smartphone, download it for your Android. Go ahead and get those on your platforms, and then we're going to go ahead and open up and talk about how to leverage and use both of these. Okay, all right. We will talk about other trading platforms as well too. You can actually trade from the web. These are just the web traders. So let's just go here, just look at them real quick. So this is just accessing it directly on the web. Okay. Now they're going to want you to have I'll say they won't even show me. They're going to want you to have an account with them already. All right. So we won't do that one. So I'm going to bring up my actual MT4 now. So once again, just go ahead and download here, and then we're going to go over the rest of this information. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my MT4 platform. All right, it's loading right now. Here we go. And to share this with you guys. Actually, you know what? This is my, okay, give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta close this out. This, and actually have it under my other terminal. Close that out. There we go. Come on. I'm still here, y'all. Give me 1 second. MT4. There we go. Okay. It was taking some time to load. Here we go. All right, so this is our MT4 terminal right here. And what you feel in there right now have we talked about these indicators before, right? So this is the MT4 terminal I have on right now. I just have my MACD. This is just a basic indicators I have on here. MACD, okay, and I have Bollinger Bands. Remember we talked last week, like if you're using Bollinger Bands, okay, this is the 1 minute chart. Let's go to a 15-minute real quick. So when looking at a trade, for example, so we see GBP USD, this actually makes it really easy. You see this middle line right here? Anytime that price is below this middle line is considered to be in a downtrend, okay? Anytime it's above is considered to be in an uptrend. Now, we know we can see market is moving sideways actually here, so you got to determine that. But you can trade right from this terminal here, okay? Now, this is a demo account. Let me see if it'll allow me to enter a trade. I'm just going to enter so if I want to enter a trade, for example, this is GBP USD, I can right click, okay, enter trade there, click trading, buy stops there, or new order. Or I can go here and click on it and I can submit an order here. So I can double click, see where it says GBP USD here? I can double click and then enter an order here. Okay, so let's say let's do a quick buy because I see it's gonna. So we just bought by market. You see that? So we're in a buy. This is a demo account. Okay, you see price here. We feel it's going to correct back. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and let's put our stop loss. And I will go over how to do all this stuff exactly. So I just want to show you guys. So let's stop loss. I'm sorry, not a stop loss. We're going to put a take profit at 1.25880. Okay. So I can go here. You see this stop loss? I can just double click on that. Stop loss is in red. So what we say 1.2, I'm sorry, not stop loss. Take profit is in blue. So it's going to put our take profit. We did a buy, so we wanted above for 880 for our take profit. Then our stop loss, let's make our stop loss right below there. Let's make our stop loss 1.25836. And enter. Oh, did I not do it? Give me 1 sec. I didn't do it. Open that again. 880. What we say this one was 1.25836. And see here, we got to click not enter, click modify here. There we go. So now we have our take profit in and we have our stop loss in. All right. So price will either go up and go in profit or price will go down. Now you also here a trailing stop. I'm going to show you guys something. Once it goes in profit, watch this. I can go a trailing stop. Okay. So 50 points is considered 5 pips. Let's say I'm going to do once it's 1.5 pips in profit. I'm going to show you how the trailing stop loss happens so it can put you in profit. So we're going to do a 15-point trailing stop, which is about 1.5 pips. So what you're going to see is once this thing goes in profit, let's go down to our 1 minute so you can see it in real time, right? So once this thing goes 1.5 pips in profit, it's going to bring this stop loss is going to shift up here automatically. Now, your computer needs to stay on for this to happen. Now, here's the great part about what I see automatically, right? You see prices is ranging right here. And we have a triple bottom just about. So I know prices are going to go up and probably hit that. But to protect our money, okay, and make sure it doesn't hit this stop, it's going to go up. And it's going to, once we get 1.5 pips in profit, it's going to take this stop loss, bring it up naturally. All I did to do that was I right clicked and I did trailing stop and I did 15 points. Okay. And so this is why, you keep your computer on and let your trades run. All right, so now let's just talk about setting up our charts, okay? So to set up your chart, because you're gonna have a completely blank chart. So let me just go bring up a whole new, for your instruments here on this side. To bring up all these instruments, you're gonna right click, okay? And you're gonna go down to symbols, right? To put these symbols on, you're gonna right click and go down to symbols, okay? When I go to symbols, I see this. So I like to trade US 30, okay? So to trade US 30, I see how we double click on there? If I want it on my chart, I double click. When it's gold, it means it's on my chart. So let's go here. These are all on my chart. So whatever I don't want on my chart, I just double click it away. See? But I want GBP JPY, I want GBP CAD, I want GBP AUD, NZD CAD, we're adding that. GBP NZD, we're adding that. Okay? We'll add all the Forex pairs here. You just double click on it when they turn gold. That means you have them on your chart here, okay? If you want to do cash, these are your CFDs. So US 30 is one of those. You can do US 500, which is just basically the S&P 500. Okay. I think they have US 100. This is basically NASDAQ 100. They can't call it what it is. Okay. But they're basically mimicking those instruments there. You can see that now we're $1, well, negative $3, right? But eventually we'll go in profit. So you guys can watch that happen. If you want to trade cryptos, okay, cash 2 CFDs, okay, you got oil, UK oil here. So you can trade anything on here. These are like futures. You have crypto. If you want to trade Bitcoin, so you got Bitcoin. Let's click on Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's making some big moves here. You got Bitcoin here, and then you have agriculture. So remember I talked about corn. These would be like futures. Coffee, let's look at all these. This would be like trading futures. Okay, wheat, soybean, cocoa. All right, you can trade anything. So once you start learning, like I said, learning about the economy and fundamentals, this will kind of get easy. Okay, this is just a portion of what we do. This is technical analysis, a portion of what we do. All right, so that's how you add your instruments. Let me look at your questions here, see if you have anything. Oh, you can't see. Wait. Okay, but you can see when I double. You don't see when it turns gold, or are you guys not seeing the window that pops up? What do you currently see right now when I go to symbols? Can you see this? Okay, so so you see the window. Give me a sec. So do you see this? Do you see the symbols window? Do you see this? Where it says MetaTrader 4. It says MetaTrader 4, Forex, Exotics, Cash, CFDs. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Let me share my entire screen. All right, 1 second. Can you guys see my screen now? You see the MT4 platform? Okay, great. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna right click. Do you guys see this? I'm gonna right click here. You see this window. Now I'm gonna click on symbols. Do you see the symbols window now? All right, awesome. Okay, this is where we're gonna add our instruments at. Okay, so let me take this off. All right, so if we want to add all of these, so I already have these added right now. I believe I can move these. No. All right, so we want to add Forex. You see how if I want it, I can double click and it turns gold, right? Or I can just click this and say hide or show, okay? So that's how I add all my Forex pairs right here. If I want to add exotics, what are exotics? You guys went through training. Exotics are anything outside of what? Anything attached to the USD, okay? So here are exotics. And then you have if you trade US 30, here goes US 30, okay, NASDAQ, all that. You have your cryptos here. We already added Bitcoin. So if you want to add Bitcoin, you can. If you trade XRP, you can add XRP or just know the price. Okay, you have your agriculture. Remember we talked about futures, cocoa, coffee. Oh, look at that. Y'all see that? Boom. Okay. We just made You're watching in real time how this thing works. All this is trading in the zone. So what you guys are watching in real time, obviously, I think it's going to go up to this part because you can see. Let me just tell you why. The MACD is already showing me. See how the MACD curved here? MACD was letting us know that we're going to change. Okay, it's about to change directions. So once it breaks over this point, okay, we're going to probably get a push up here, this point here, and then come down and so forth. But anyways, if you wanted to close, let's say I wanted to close this trade out instead of letting it go, I can literally just go here. Actually, oh, it's because I have this window open. Give me 1 second. I can right click and close order. Okay, if I wanted to close this order right now, I'm not gonna close it. I'm gonna just let it hit the TP. I was hoping that you see how the stop loss moved up. So the stop loss is now at pretty much break even. Okay. See our stop loss literally moved up. Okay. So worst case scenario, I'll be taking out either at break even or in profit. Okay. Now, if I want to, I can actually move this take profit up here just by doing that. Look at that. If I want to move my stop loss, I can move my stop loss as well. Okay. But I have it right here at 1.5 pips up. Actually, no, I was behind. There we go. Okay. So now my stop loss is in front of my take profit. So worst case scenario, I get taken out with a little bit of profit. I can just re-enter the trade. Now, here's what price will do sometimes. It will come and hunt your stop loss. Okay. And that's okay. But because what we can do, we can just re-enter the trade if we need to. All right. But worst case scenario, now I can bring this back here. It really probably, if I wanted to, it really hit my stop right there, right? So if I want, I can move my take profit anytime I want. I can move my stop loss anytime I want on here. If I want to move my stop loss up to that area, I can, but we'll just keep it here for right now. Okay, everybody with me so far? Okay, so we add our instruments. We showed you how to do that. Next thing, let's set up our chart. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up a new chart. So if let's say I want to bring up, let's go ahead and bring up US 30. Actually, I have US 30 on here. Let me take US 30 off. So I want to close that out. Every time you close that chart, you're gonna have to upload a new, what they call a new template. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring up US 30. I'll right click. I don't want new order. New orders to make a trade. I want to bring up the chart. So let's bring up the chart. The chart's always going to come up like this. Okay. Now up to the top here. Now you can look up some videos that have more information about this. I like to see in front of my trade. So right here, that gives me my room there. Okay. Now I don't like the way this looks. So I want to set up my chart. So what I'm going to do is now I already have templates loaded, but I want to show you guys how to load up your chart with indicators and all that. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, we can right click. Okay, now we can go down to properties. I want to make my chart look good. I want to change the colors. I don't want it to be green. So let's go to properties. Okay, and let's change the color scheme of our chart. So your foreground, that's this. Keep your foreground white if you're going to keep your screen, if you're going to keep this black. All right. But I don't like my grids. You see these grids? I don't like grids. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to either none or black. Okay, so we're going to change it to none. So now our grid lines are gone. So that's good there. The next thing we're going to do, you can use standard. They got all the bars as green. Some people like to use red and green. Green for up, red for down. Now, in life, what does those things mean to you? When you look at red, when you see red, what does red mean to you? It means stop, doesn't it? Okay. What does green mean? Green means go. Now, you may be in a sell and green means go, or whatever the case may be. Or red, it gives you a negative connotation of what it is. So I always use turquoise and yellow. Yellow is my bearish candle, okay? And turquoise is my bullish candle, which means my buy candle. Okay, so we're gonna use our bar up, and bar up is gonna be turquoise for me. It can be, if you want it to be green, it can be green for you. Bar down can be red for you. Bar down for me is gonna be yellow, okay? The bull candle, same thing. It's just your outline. If you want to outline your candle with white, you could. Okay, I'm gonna show you how that looks, but I'm gonna keep mine, the bull, we're gonna keep it turquoise, okay? Same color. And my bear candle, I'm gonna keep yellow, all right? The line graph will keep green. Volume line will keep green. Ask line will keep red. Actually, ask line will make, let's change our ask line to orange, okay? And then we'll keep our stop levels at red. So your stop levels is your take profit and all that good stuff, okay? And then here we go. There goes my chart. Now, if I want to expand out, go here. Oh, we got the wrong. So let's see our candles. We don't want those candles here. So let's go. Let's go. Let's change our candles, which is right there. See that? So now I have basic regular candles. The GBP looks like it either hit our stop loss. So look, we went out in a little bit of profit, I guess. Where's our history? Account history. So it stopped at $3 here. Okay. This is a demo account. All right, so let's get back. So this is US 30. So we're building our chart right now. So now let's go. We want to add indicators. So we're going to go over here to insert indicators. Okay. Personally, I like to use the MACD and RSI. So let's say we'll go ahead and put the MACD on here. Okay, we'll just use the standard. We'll use the standard colors that are already there. All right, here's our MACD. Now you can change the colors of your MACD if you want to. It's all up to you. Okay, another one I want to put on here. Let's put it RSI up here. So we're going to go to insert indicators. We're going to go to not our trend indicator. We're going to talk about the Ichimoku cloud too. But we're going to go over to I believe it's oscillators. Okay, oscillators. We already have our MACD up. You can use a movement, you can use a relative strength index, or you can use a stochastic for the crossing, but we're going to just use our relative strength indicator. Now, most people already have mine set up where it says 30% is going to be buy or sell, so you're going to see the buy added on mine as well too. Oh, no, we don't want to add levels. Get rid of that. Parameters. All right, so we're going to pick OK. And here goes my RSI. You see I have sell there and buy here. So when price comes here, we're looking for a buy opportunity. When price comes here, we're looking for a sell opportunity, right? Now, it's just not that easy, of course, but you do see where price is over. We call this overbought. Okay, so we're looking to sell, and we call this oversold. Okay, past 30, so we're looking to buy. And that's all we use RSI for. And then when you look at this is letting us know that there's a trend change. Okay, so when we're above what we call the histogram, we're in an uptrend. Okay, when we're below, it's a downtrend. Now you got to understand like the real trends as well too. Obviously we can see right now this is no type of trend. Okay, I would like to let's bring it scan back out. Now we can see our true trend, right? This is an uptrend here. Market moves sideways. Uptrend. Anytime that you can't see the trend, always expand out. Okay, so now we can safely say, yeah, this is trending. This is a uptrend all the way, right? Price ultimately still went up. Okay. And so when you're trading, this is important to understand when you're position trading, it's not about this is all noise right here. Okay. It's about, is price increasing? Yes. So I take a position out here. The only thing I care is price is continually increasing. So even if I held this thing, price came here, I'm good. Okay. Price came here, I'm good. Price came here, I'm good. Price just increased the whole time. And then now price came down. Okay. You can see to your area here. All right. But when you start trend trading, it makes it very simple, okay, to understand and see. All right, so let's go. Let's continually add on to our chart here. Anytime you want to delete something, so I say I put this red thing up there, you can literally double click it, right click, and you can either delete object, okay, or look at your object list and delete from there. So we're going to delete that. All right, so let's go ahead and we want to put another indicator on here. So I talked to you guys about the cloud. So let's go ahead and put the cloud on here, Ichimoku Kinko Hayo. Okay, that's the real name. It means in Japanese, first glance. All right. So we're going to go here, insert again, indicator. This is going to be our trend indicator. It lets us know how we're trending in the market. So you can use, this is where you can find your moving averages. We'll make the cloud the last thing. So we're going to do a 50 moving average and a 200 moving average. These are the standard indicators that most people use. All right. So let's go here. When we say a 50 moving average, we need to change this. Now you can use simple, you can use exponential, you can use smooth. I'm gonna just keep it simple for right now. So we can use a 50 simple moving average it's just based on calculations. Okay. We don't need to add any levels. And we'll make that one, let's say I want it to be yellow. Okay, thick line. Okay, there goes my moving average. Okay. Actually, I want it smooth, I think. I don't know, I feel smooth. I feel it should be farther. There we go. We're gonna use a smooth. Let me go. Some people use an EMA 50. Let me check it again. Actually, no, we're going to use a simple, right? Because this is about the crossing. So we use a simple 50, right? And then we're going to put our 200 EMA. So we're going to insert again. We're going to go down, find our trend oscillators, okay? Moving average. So I'm just giving you guys different strategies here. My phone's, give me 1 second. Tab on it. There we go. So we go here, once again, moving average. This time we're going to do 200. You make it an EMA, or you can make it just as simple as well too. We're going to change that one purple. You can have it any color you want. And so this is a trend oscillator, right? So let me look at the, make sure this is, we're going to change this to, I think it's EMA is what I'm looking for. All right. So what people use that, let's move in closer. So a lot of people use this is our 200, right? Giving you the trend, and then the 50, which is closer in. So a lot of people like to use the crossings as entry points as well too. Okay, now you have your MACD. Now personally, I don't use EMA crossings to enter a trade. I use basic support, resistance, demand zone, supply zones. Okay, but let's take a look at this. And this is where you can back test. You can say, okay, let's see every time that it crossed, did it do something special? Now, I'm not seeing anything special based off these crossing here, so I don't think these are the correct EMAs right here, but I just want to show you. So let's move to the next one here. We're going to take these off. So once again, to take them off, you just right click, or let's go to object list. I changed my mouse out, y'all. So if it feels like I'm moving weird, it's because I am. I've actually had my mouse pad instead of the actual mouse that I was using. So go to charts. You're gonna go to objects list. And we want to look at, let's not give my object list here. Let's try indicator list. There we go. See my indicators here, same thing. We can either double click, delete, click, delete. We're going to keep our MACDs closed. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put the cloud up here. Same thing. So we're going to put our Ichimoku cloud. Is also a trend indicator with everything involved with it. So the cloud has an all-in-one. It has kind of it has your moving averages. It has everything attached to it. So and these are the standard settings, 9, 26, 52. There are some other settings you can use as well too. I believe it's 6. I got to look at these settings. 6. I got to go back and look at them. I know and this is like 26 or something like that. It just makes it more tighter. Let's say, here goes the cloud. We talked about how to use this indicator last week. Okay, but I'm going to just talk about it again. So green means that price is trending up. When you have a Kumo twist, anytime that green twists to red, it's letting you know that there's going to be a price change or direction change. So you can see here, okay, we can see prices moving sideways here, first of all, right? Price is moving sideways. But once again, let's expand out. If you can't see that, let's expand out and see what we're really trending. So we go here. There we go. We can see all of our chart, huh? So we were trending up. Look at this. Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Okay, why we had more green. So above the green, you can just basically enter a buy. Now you got to know what you're doing. You got to understand price action too, so you don't get stuck like this, because it will fall right through the cloud. But if you look at this, if you catch the beginning of a cloud most of the time, or a beginning of a trend, you can probably catch some good pricing. Okay, now we're going to talk about these cross ups. Now, if you get if red crosses above the blue, okay, it's an indicator for a buy opportunity. Okay, if it crosses above, this is what we call a strong signal with the cloud. If red crosses above the blue, above the cloud, it's a strong buy indicator. Okay, so if you were to enter this trade, for example, right here, you would have probably caught, a certain amount of, let's see what this would be. So this trade is about 40 pips. So you made 40 pips right here, entering that trade at that crossing right there. That's pretty good. Okay. And then we can see price just dropped out of the sky. Now you see this cup right here. This is where you want to get used to when you see exhaustion in the market. Don't enter the trade. Okay. This is the difference. This is the correction. This is exhaustion. You see the curve around. Okay. And then price just dropped. Okay. And this shows you kind of like a double bottom. Boom, boom. Okay, no crosses here, so we wouldn't even enter this based off the cloud, but look what we have here. It gets in the cloud, and then what happens? You get a cross, but this is not a strong cross. The price is kind of moving everywhere. So, but we're still trending up and just doing some crazy stuff, right? So let's go down to our smaller charts. You want to enter the market and look for some opportunities in the market. Okay, once again, red crosses above the blue, it's a buy indicator. Red crosses below the blue, it's a sell indicator. Okay, below the cloud, it's a strong sell indication. Above the cloud, it's a weak indication. All right, and so that's what you need to know. So when we're looking at long term, let's say that you want to look for long term moves. Well, ultimately, we're in an uptrend. Okay, in the day with the daily chart. Okay, and so if you're looking, you may be saying, "Well, I'm only looking for buy opportunities," and if that's the case, for example, if I was only looking for buy opportunities, I'm not going to look for it at the highest point. Okay. Where do we look for buy opportunities at? The lowest point. Okay. What would be our lowest point? Let me bring this here. All right. I'll wait for price to return. Why is it doing this? Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll wait for price to hit his lowest point here, right? Maybe look for that 38,026 before we enter, or if price is going to return somewhere around here. Okay. But I'm now enter. No way do I want to enter a buy right here. Okay. Unless I'm going to put a stop loss in place. So we're going to wait for price to come do its thing and come back down, which is already done. You can see that here, right? So price moved up. These are big moves, came back down. This is over a lot of days, y'all. This is a daily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like 3 weeks right here. Okay. So some of these moves that you're looking for, if you're looking for big moves, you may have to wait for some time, but you can set an alert to when this move hits around this area here so that what? You can enter the market or assess the market whether you're going to enter or not. All right. But looking at this crossing here, man, we had a big crossing here below the cloud, but we see, boom, it bust through and then it turned green. So in our head, we know ultimately we're in an overall buy, right? Now let's go down to a smaller time frame. Okay. We still know ultimately we're in an uptrend. We're in an overall buy. Okay. Isn't that what that shows us? So we can look for entry on our H4, which is still a big move. Okay. But right now, price in consolidation. Anytime price is sitting between your signal line, your conversion line, okay, it's the market is in consolidation. All right. And then you could also see the cloud. You see where this right here, this line here, all of these lines with the cloud represent a support or resistance area. So it kind of let you know if price comes and bounces off this area here, that's a support area right now. Okay. You can look to enter the market from here once it comes down and possibly enter the market, put a stop loss below or put a stop loss at the lowest point here. Okay. Let's go to our H1 because we want to enter on the smallest time frame we can possibly enter on. Same thing, right? We see it's in the cloud. Never trade if you're going to use the cloud as a trading mechanism. Never trade inside the cloud, okay? You always want to trade outside the cloud. Now, me personally, like I said, once you learn how to trade, most time you're not going to really use indicators. You'll use more of your knowledge of support, resistance trends, fundamentals, and things of that sort. But once again, get indication. What happens if this on the H1, let's say this red line crossed above the blue and price is above it, that's a buy indication. On your H1. Let's go to your M15 now. Okay, M15 once again is in the cloud. Okay, it's below your signal lines right now, so we got to wait. But price is rejecting once again on your 15. We might see this red line crosses above the blue on your 15 as well too. Okay, and then let's look at our 5. Our 5 is going to be the first indicator, so it's below the cloud right now. So what you may get is red will cross over the blue, giving you an initial indicator. Now this is once again, this is still a resistance area. Price may come to this point and come back down. So you want to make sure that you're not just hopping into a trade just because you see a cross. This is where some knowledge requires when trading the cloud or using different instruments, okay? All right, so, and of course you can use any instrument you want. We have a Fibonacci retracement tool here. So if you want to run your Fibonacci on here, you can. So retracement, let's click on that. Remember, if we're looking for a buy opportunity, we're running from top to bottom. Okay. So let's say that this was the first impulse right here. It retraced back to 23%. The second one retraced back to 38%. And then here at the bottom here. Okay, so this thing hadn't even replaced, so hasn't went back to a 61% either, right? If I was trading this, for example, okay, if I was looking for a buy opportunity, it would be that I would take it up to this point here, the 38,736. Now here, the great part is we know that we are still in a trend upwards, okay? We're still in a buy trend. The market's just kind of closed right now, moving slow, right? So that's our Fibonacci tools. What else do we have on here? Okay. Talked about our inserting our indicators. You have your MACD and all that here. And you can look up all these different indicators. We talked about on balance volume as well too. If you want to see the volume in the market, which I also get on my MACD as well too. But you have different indicators here. Feel free to look those up. You can add them to your charts. This is all your chart stuff. Now let's talk about saving your chart, because here's the deal. So we did all this, right? So let's talk about this indicator. Once again, to remove indicators, we go to, where's that? Charts. Anything I want to move off charts, I go to charts. I can go to object list. So I have my Fibonacci line. Let's go and delete all those off. Now let's say I want to save this whole thing here. Now I'm going to right click. I want this to be a template. So I'm going to go save template. So once you get your indicators that you want, save template. You can see I already have one here. I'm going to put training class template, RW _ cloud template. Cloud, I can put cloud, I can put RSI, so I just know what's in it, and I can put MACD. That's all I name it. So, because what's going to happen is this. Watch this. Let me pull up GBP JPY, a chart for that. This happens. You're like, oh my God, I got to do this all over again? Nope. We pull up our chart, we right click, we scroll down to templates, we go in load template, I find RW Cloud RSI, boom, open, and boom. Now I have the same thing on this one as well too, okay? All right, so I think we got a little bit, some learn today. What I'll do tomorrow, I'm going to focus on another platform because I know that we're shifting. So you have Ninja, you have CTrader, you have some other platforms out there. We'll talk about those tomorrow. But before we end this, are there any questions before I end this call? I think I've shown enough. Oh, last thing, set up a demo account. My bad. Last thing. So we want to set up I already have an account here. Let's see. But here you're going to go open account. Okay. You can choose. MetaQuotes demo. You see this? MetaQuotes demo. Click that. Now I don't want to take myself out of my FTMO demo. You're going to click that, add that, and then you're going to be able to create your account. Okay. It's pretty self-explanatory. You click next, and then it's going to let you walk through an account. And then you'll automatically have this up here as well too, okay, for your demo. And then we'll talk about how to connect a real trader, a real broker. Let's say if you're using, I know some of you, I don't think Sway Markets is on here anymore. I think they're using a different platform, which I'll download their platform today and see what they're using. Because when you scan, you'll be able to see your broker on here. Right now, they're not on here. Okay, so let's go here. All right, are there any questions? If there is no questions, folks, we are done with our class today. We will begin tomorrow. Tomorrow will be at our normal time of 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That will begin our call. All right, talk to you guys soon. Peace.